Oh, TBR just got bigger. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Benita and I'm so happy to have you joining me today. So guys, I am going to be doing another 24-hour reading challenge because the last one did really well. I'm so proud of myself, so I thought I would do one for you guys again this weekend. I don't know how many books I'm going to read. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to complete 24 hours because I've chosen another weekend where I have plans. Today's Friday and I'm done with work now because it's just 3:30 now. So I finished work about 30 minutes ago and I thought, you know what, I'll just start reading challenge because I just thought it'd be nice. But I am going over to my friend's later this evening and I'm staying overnight with her, and then I'm back tomorrow, so I'll probably just not read as much. I'll probably like read a couple of hours before bed or something. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm just gonna start it and we can see how long this goes. Anyway, so okay, so what I'm gonna do now is set my TBR like I always do, the books I would love to pick up for this challenge. At the moment I don't really know what books to read. I'm gonna give myself a lot of options in this video. Like I'll keep the book to about 5 or 6 books because at the moment I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I just know that there's some books I think I want to pick up, but now that I'm talking to you guys I probably know what I'm going to start with. So I'm thinking of reading The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's the 3-book series by Ollie Jackson, because when I posted my ever-longing TBR a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people commented for me to just read that trilogy, and now that it's been adapted into a TV series I just thought I'll read that. So that's the first 3 books are on deck, and then the next books are the Part of Your World series by Abby Jimenez. I've read the 3rd book in the series just for the summer. I need to read book 1 and book 2, Part of Your World and Yours Truly, so those 2 books as well. So I'll just complete that entire series, that will be done. And then I also want to pick up, I think it's called The 7-Year Slip or The 7-Year Slip, I'm not really sure, by, I want to say Lynn Painter. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll put the name here. So now we've got what, 6 books. And then I also wanted to add 1 more book so I'm probably going to read this Nora Goes Off Script as well. Yeah, 7 books on deck. So these are the books I would like to pick up in this video. I'm not going to read all 7 books, there's no way. Last time was so good, I read 5 books, but I think I was able to do it because I had much time on my hands and some of the books that I read were like less than 250 pages. So okay, so I've decided I'm going to start with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm just updating my Goodreads. It's got me on a chokehold. For The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I have book 1 and book 3 on my Kindle, and then I have a physical copy of the 2nd book, Good Girl Bad Blood, and the first book in that series is 350 pages or so, and then this 2nd book is, oh wow, just over 400 pages. She's actually really young. Ollie Jackson, is she British? Yeah, she's from London. Interesting. This is a YA mystery book, so it's kind of giving like Nancy Drew vibes. It follows Pip. Pip is like Nancy Drew, she's the investigator. This has to be spoiler free. Well, I would try and keep it spoiler free because again it is a mystery. I won't give you guys the wood on it, like, you know what I mean. These books are really popular as well, like I'm sure everyone's read this book, but I'm gonna try and keep the mystery, there's like the plot twist of this or the mystery of this out of this video. That's the least I could do because I can't spoil it for people, but you guys know how I do my reading vlogs. It's going to be a lot of like reactions and things like that. I'll give you guys my thoughts and comments and things like that. But again, when it comes to thriller books and things with plot twists, I try not to give you guys the answer for that because it just defeats the purpose of the books. Okay, so let's just read the little blurb. Everyone in Fairview knows the story. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sao Sung, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about. 5 years later, Pep sees how the tragedy still haunts her town, but she can't shake the feeling that there was more to what happened that day. She knew Sao when she was a child and he was always so kind to her. How could he possibly be a killer? Now a senior herself, Pip decided to re-examine the closed case for our final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal's innocence. And the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. Okay, so again, giving Nancy Drew, Veronica Mars kind of vibe, which is quite cool. I love those shows. Everyone I follow on my Goodreads gave it a 5-star, except there was going to be one person that gives it 1 star. Oh God, I don't like to read Goodreads review. I say it all the time, you guys. It's like I'm a broken record. Reviews are subjective. Let's get started. Timer on. let's read this. I'm confused. Senior year. Already a bit of a red flag. First of all, this book, it sounds like it's set in England. I think it's set in England. Except set in America because we don't do senior year here in the UK. Or am I just thinking because the author's English is set in England? It won't be senior year, maybe the A levels? I don't know. Let's see. This is so weird because it is set in the UK because I'm saying CCTV. That's something that we say here in the UK. Yeah, so senior year, what year is that? Senior year, I'm assuming is that final year of A levels, like sixth form, like last year of sixth form, maybe. I don't know why I'm fixating on something so peculiar, but I like to make sure everything. I just have to like, make sure everything makes sense in my head. For 2 hours now, and I am on page 125, so I have about 175 pages left. So I did do a big binge, 2 hours. I just need to settle to my friend's house now because it's quite a bit of a trek to get to where she lives. The journey is about an hour, so I'll definitely be reading on the train on my way to see her. But I want to check in with you guys so you guys know where I am. This book is about Pip, and she's investigating a murder that happened 5 years ago in her town as his school project. I have some theories on what it could have done, just interviewing everyone that's had friends of the victim and things like that. So the crime that happened, so the popular girl Andy Bells, she went missing and people assume that she's dead, and everyone believes that boyfriend killed her, Sal, because Sal committed suicide. But I think I have some theories of who did it based on like some of the things I'm hearing. I have a feeling, because even she has some theories, but I think my theory right now, I'll tell you what my theory is. I have a feeling that someone killed the girl Andy Bell, or maybe she's even alive, and whoever killed her also killed the guy, also killed her boyfriend Sal, and then obviously made it look like suicide to frame him or something. That's what I think, because based on the interviews that she's had with his friends, his family, like it sounds like a nice gentle soul that has a massive big future ahead of him. Some of his friends are a bit dodgy because then apparently he asked them to lie for him or something. Anyway, so yeah, I'm currently enjoying this book because it's quite like captivating and I liked it. I like the structure of it. Can be a bit confusing because you have like Pip's journals, not journals, a big third party POV with this book, and then we get like interview notes, phone conversation she has with a detective, the journalist. That journalist is a fucking asshole, racist asshole. So where I am right now, she just got Sal's interview with the police that they recorded. She just got that. She's reading through the interview notes now. Is why I've just paused. So I probably will finish this book today, guys. I probably will not be like seeing you guys, like talking to you guys until I get back home tomorrow.
I've become obsessed again. I'm finding things I thought.
Hi guys, I haven't spoken to you guys since yesterday. I just got back from my friend's house. I'm back at my house now. It's now 10 o'clock in the evening and I still have about 17 hours 32 minutes left on the clock, and I have finished the first book, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I finished that book this morning, early this morning, and I've started book 2, which is Good Girl, Bad Blood. I think I'm just going to read this book and then I might switch to a different book. I think I want to change from like the mystery. So I just want to give you guys my review of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I finished that book and I rated it a 4-star because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a few suspicions in terms of who did it basically. Did I get it right? Okay, so I had my first suspicion was, I was like, oh, the girl that's missing, the main girl, I had the suspicion that she was alive, like maybe she wasn't hiding or whatever, but obviously she wasn't, and then we figure out what happened to her. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. So this book, it is set in a small town in England, and Pip's investigation was very thorough. Like I really just enjoyed the back and forth, like that kind of a book. It's very like Nancy Drew, it's very Veronica Mars. I don't know if you guys watched that show, that TV show with Christian Bell. I really love that show, so it gave me that vibe, but instead of America, it's like in the UK kind of vibe. So I really enjoyed that mystery. I was kind of sad. I was really upset because the girl that died, like the mystery, and then her boyfriend saw that obviously apparently committed suicide because everyone thought he did it and everyone hated it, and basically people trying to prove that he's innocent. But I was sad about this book. Like, there's a part in the book that got me really like emotional, was when we found out actually what happened to Sal, like, you know, how he died, the story behind it. And just felt like, oh my god, because it was such, out of everyone in this book, it was such a sweetheart. Like, it was not a villain, it was a nice boy, was trying to do good, he had a very bright future ahead of him. Just made me really sad. And then obviously after what happened and the way his family were treated in that small town, because obviously they're a minority, and everyone just, oh, you know, like, it just made me really sad, especially right now with the climate in the UK, and it just got me really upset. Some things were a bit, I was thinking about something earlier when I was on my way home. There's something I thought about, and annoyed me. I just got back forgotten. What was it? Oh yeah, there's one thing about this book I was just a bit like, I'm not sure. So obviously we found out who did it. There was a part where, I don't know if I can say without giving you guys a spoiler. The guy that had committed a crime, he was convinced that this girl was still alive and he did something about that. What I don't understand is this person had a relationship with the victim basically, and he was convinced that the victim was still alive, and basically like, you had a relationship with this, but how can you not recognize the victim? That didn't make sense to me, because I'm like, they were having like a relationship, and how would you not recognize the victim? Like, you thought you did something, you were so scared about it, you like basically like convinced yourself in your mind this person was still alive. You can't remember what the person looked like. I wasn't sure how believable that was. That was the only thing I thought. I don't know if I'm making sense, because I'm trying to say this without giving you guys a spoiler. Pip is really cute. I like a little like relationship with Ravi, who is Sal's brother. They're investigating together, and I get why everyone's like, oh, she really is really good. So now I'm now on the second book in the series, and this book picked up right where first book left off. Now Pip has investigated and found out who actually committed the crime. The whole town knows the truth now. The police are literally like arrested the right people. There's scheduled to have trial, but the way the media has presented this case is like they've kind of watered down all her investigation. She didn't feel right about it, so now she's released. She was very thorough with her notes, because obviously she was doing it for a project, so she was very thorough. So she decided to like release all her investigating notes as a podcast. And now she started a podcast called A Good Girl's Night to Murder. She's doing it with Ravi, with I think not a boyfriend yet, but they're having like, she fancies him on their lap. And now she says she's not going to like do investigation anymore. But now one of her best friend, older brother, is missing, and she decides to kind of like take on the case. Because I just go into chapter 9, which is page 93. So ideally, because it's 10 o'clock now, I really want to finish this book tonight. I don't think I will finish it, but I want to make a massive dent in this book tonight. But we'll check in with you guys. I can't be tired. I've still got 17 hours of reading to do. I need to read at least under 4 hours.
You don't want me around like you say you do.
Morning guys, or afternoon now. I just finished Good Girl, Bad Blood by Ollie Jackson, which is the second book in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and I rated it a 4-star as well. I really enjoyed this book. I think I got the same like level of enjoyment from both books, like the first book and the second book. The mystery, the story format, the whodunit, the investigation, everything like that, I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. I get why it's so popular now. Just reading through it, I published in 2019, so, and it's still really popular with a lot of people now, like for almost 5 years later. I think if you like investigative mystery, like YA kind of book, this is perfect. And yeah, I can't wait to watch the series now on BBC. I think for us it's on BBC in the UK, and in America I think it's on Netflix for you guys. And I can see this doing really well on TV. I think it's as a series, not a movie, which is even perfect. I've shared the first one and the second one. So I think I told you guys last night that I don't think I'm going to read the final book in the series, because even though I enjoyed this book, I think I want a little bit of a break from mystery and things like that. Like, it's Sunday today. What time is it now? It's about 12. Yes, 12:30 right now. And I still have like over 13 hours. So if I count the 12 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 a.m. I'm not going to bed at 1 a.m. We're not doing that this time around. Tomorrow's Monday and I have to be in the office tomorrow. Like I have to be in the office tomorrow. So I'll probably go to bed like 10, 11. I'll see, which will bring me to about 24 hours, 22 or 23 hours. So I wanted to read something a bit different from this book. Again, you guys know I'm a mood reader, so I just have to go with my mood. That's the best way for me to like not get into a slump. If I don't want to force myself to read a book that I'm not really in the mood for, because then that will bring me into a slump. I don't want to do that, especially when I'm doing a 24-hour reading challenge. If I'm not reading, then what's the point? So the next book I'm thinking about picking up is the Abby Jimenez. So I really enjoyed Just for the Summer, which is the third book in the Part of Your Ward series. So basically I have a copy of the first book, which is Part of Your Ward, on my old Kindle, my Amazon Fire tablet thing. I've got it on there, but I've not used it in such a long time. It's completely dead. I'm actually charging it now, so I can't show you guys, but I can't remember how many pages. It probably actually I can find out how many pages it is if I go on to Goodreads. So book one on Goodreads, it says about 400 pages for the first book, and then the second book, Yours Truly, is around 416 pages. So that's 816 pages. As I said, I really enjoyed the third book in that series, and I know the series are interconnected, and it's just been nagging in the back of my mind. I just want to finish it, so I'm going to wait a couple of maybe 30 to 40 minutes for my Fire tablet to charge, and then I will read. I think we can manage to squeeze in 4 books in 24 hours. It's perfect, I think, if I can manage to do that. Guys, I've been reading now for the past 30 minutes and I am now on chapter 6. I am reading Part of Your Word by Abby Jimenez. So I just wanted to do a little quick check-in. I think this book follows Alexis and Daniel. That's kind of all I know. So based on what I've read so far, I think Alexis just got out a really abusive, that toxic kind of relationship with Neil, boyfriend. Neil was also appeared in the third book, so that's one connection there. And then she just went to her auntie's funeral, and then a car got broken down on the road in a small town where Daniel lives, and Daniel kind of helped her tow a car, stuff like that. They had a nice little connection at the bar. Connection that night, they had a one-night stand. It sounds like she's from a very like prestigious medical like protege kind of family, where they're like known, they have like a legacy. Is it what, legacy or dynasty? Yeah, I think it's dynasty. Medical dynasty kind of family, where like they're like top surgeons and stuff like that. And she works in this hospital that her family has worked in for many years. But obviously her ex-boyfriend Neil is the chief of surgery, and she wants to leave the hospital, but like she's been groomed since she was a child that this hospital is where their entire family lives. And her brother's also a surgeon, and he was like, I think he went away for a couple of months to like Doctors Without Borders or something, like volunteering, and she had a hope that she can leave and then her brother will still be at the hospital, and then she won't have to like let down the legacy of her family name. But now he's just broken this news and he has to leave as well, so she's really worried. I think their parents are quite like helicopter parent kind of vibe. But I wanted to come on here because I literally think that this book is very loosely inspired by Grey's Anatomy. I haven't looked into it. I've not done any research. I'll probably do a lot of research later, but because Grey's Anatomy is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I've rewatched the entire 20 seasons, I want to say 15 times. Like I've watched the entire 20 seasons like 15 times. But I'm so obsessed with it. And the reason why I say that is because, first of all, her name is Alexis Montgomery, and we have a Montgomery Shepherd, which is Derek Shepherd's ex-wife's name, and then someone else is called Derek. Just a brother called Derek, and our brother's actually, I think our brother's called Derek. Like that's Mark Dreamy. Do you know what I mean? Our brother's basically Mark Dreamy. Yeah. I think Daniel might be Emma's brother, like half brother, because he showed up in the last book. I think it is. It sounds like this is going to be a nice, like, small town. Oh, there's an age gap as well. So Daniel is 28 and Alexis is 37. So she's a bit like, oh my god, I just slept with someone that's like almost a decade younger than me. So yeah, so I think this is a nice little change from YA mystery I've been looking at. I deliver goats. I delivered goats. Alexis, your family are dickheads. You need to choose yourself. Know your worth.
with me.
Small town. Oh my god. Good. Good. That guy, he was a. Oh my god. Neil. And Amber. Oh.
If you want me around.
Oh my god, Daniel is serious. Stop that. You basically dated your father. Alexis, Neil is your dad. You basically dated your dad.
I need you to say you
This
don't
book is so cute. It's like a warm hug. I love it. Oh my god. So cute. Hi guys, so under 11 hours to go and I'm now on chapter 27. I'm probably almost done. There's 300 pages according to my Kindle, because I think it was 400 pages when I checked on Goodreads, but on my tablet it's 300 pages and I'm on page 190, which I think I'll finish in the next hour or two. But I wanted to pause here and give you guys a little catch up of where I am. Guys, I'm getting really frustrated with Alexa, not as a character, just a situation, and her parents. So like, her parents are very controlling, and I have a feeling like, basically, I don't know if you guys saw before I screamed, like I think Neil, her ex-boyfriend, is basically her dad. Literally, she found her dad because it's the same personality, and her mom is just like accepted it and she won't stand up to him. So like, she's having such a good time with Daniel and she's happy with Daniel and things are working out with Daniel. She's like so relaxed. She's seeing life differently because she's like a rich kid, like very wealthy kid. She doesn't even know how to super floor. She's that rich, but she's just having a good time with Daniel. But then her parents are bringing her down because they're like, oh, get back with Neil. And like, she told them that it was abusive and they didn't even care. That conversation, which was at dinner with the parents, I was just so angry and so frustrated. Like, what kind of parents are you? Like, they're just so obsessed with keeping up the family image and their legacy that they don't care that their kids are unhappy. They've disowned a brother because he didn't marry a pop star or whatever. I thought, oh my god, maybe Derek is selfish, like our brother's selfish. Like, it's not selfish. And he is selfish, but he needs to be selfish because at the end of the day, Alexis needs to be selfish as well. Just because her brother is not there to pick up the pieces of the legacy, she has to fill the shoes. So I just finished reading that part. I had to pause because I feel like she's about to dump Daniel because she had that horrible dinner with her parents where they kind of basically forcing her to like go to therapy with him, and her mom is just like, oh, just go to therapy with him. Just, you know, your dad is working really hard. He's lost so much. Like, oh my god, why do you have to like just stroke men's egos? It must piss me off. So I need to take a break because I just feel like this next few chapters are gonna annoy me because I think she's rolled over for her parents, but like she doesn't tell Daniel anything. I just feel like it's gonna be a little weird mess. I'm just dreading reading that part. But like, guys, I'm dreading reading that part because I'm like, oh my god. Also, I love Daniel. Like the way Abby Jimenez, I might be pronouncing her name wrong. Let's see. The way she writes male characters, oh my god, they are just obsessed. I just love them. They're just nice guys. I just all in, like emotionally mature and just know what they want. They're not afraid to say how they feel. Like, and I thought I loved Justin because Justin was obviously amazing. I loved him. Like, I might love Daniel more. Also, the dogs and the baby goat. That small town is so cute. And his friend dog. That scene where he was gonna send Alexis a dick pic, and they had to come in and coach him how to take the picture for the dick pic. And he actually bought a ring light. I'm like, I was on the floor. I was laughing so hard. Like, so I love that. And I was like, oh, Alexis, this is the way you should be. The element of magic in this as well, because I feel like the town is literally calling her to come in. This is where you're meant to be. You found your purpose. I know how this is gonna go. Guys, I just finished Part of Your Word by Abby Jimenez. Guys, that was a 5-star read. I love that book so much. I am now on 9 hours and 25 minutes and it's just 5 minutes to 6, so I've still got a few hours. Guys, I love that book so much. Like, I didn't expect it to get me. Oh, it's such a beautiful book. Like, I've been sleeping on Abby Jimenez. I need to get with the program. Like, to be fair, I keep saying it, to be fair, a lot of people do rave about her. I've not heard one single bad word about her books and stuff, but this was amazing. Like, it just puts me in a really good mood, this book. Like, it's just what I needed. Like, I'm feeling that warm coziness from this book. I don't understand it. It's just such a beautiful story. And guys, like, I just realized I love reading about small towns. Like that's like my favorite setting for books. Like one of my favorite settings for books is a small town setting, and this one was perfect. It's a tiny town, but yeah, it's a 5-star read. I just put it down. I still need to update my Goodreads because I got excited. I haven't updated it. So let's just update my Goodreads. I didn't think I was gonna love any characters more than I love Justin and I think Emma from the 3rd book, but this Daniel and Alexei, favorite things. Like I was, you know, when I posed for you guys before, I thought, you know what, like she's gonna break up with him and it's just gonna be like a 3rd act breakup kind of thing, but it wasn't. Like he fought for her. I just love the way it ended. Like Alexa standing up for herself and just like encouraging her mom to do better as well, because her mom, you can tell her mom was basically abused and she just lived with it for so long. So I'm just happy with the way it ended, and just the tiny little epilogue as well at the end, that was quite nice. It was a nice wrap up. Like it was just like a nice happy ending. Oh God, it just put a smile on my face, and this book has put me in such a good mood. I am definitely going to be reading a lot more Abby Jimenez book, which means my TBR just got bigger. Just decided what I needed, a bigger TBR. I thought Derek, her brother, the 2nd book was based on them. That brother Derek is part of a different series. I think it's called Friend Zone series. There's another series that she has, but I think her brother is part of that series. So the next book, I think it's about Brie, her best friend, which I'm really happy about because I love Brie. I feel like the friends, even like Emma's friend in Just for the Summer was really good as well. They're like really like ride or die friends. So we don't really get a lot of Brie's personal life. She was just like a supportive character. In that book, I'm more of like a supportive friend to Alexis. So we're going to see a little glimpse of Alexis and Daniel, hopefully, because I love those two. Like they are my favorite. A novel of terrible first impression, hilarious second chance, and the joy of finding a perfect match. Dr. Brian's life is seriously flatlining. A divorce is just about finalized. A brother is running out of time to find a kidney donor. That pretty much shown, oh, that's probably going to the new man who's already registering 80 friggin' 7 on Brianna's pain in the arse scale. But just when all systems are set to 8, Dr. Jacob Maddox completely flips the game, sending Brianna a letter, and it's a really good letter, like the kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, it might be this fantastically funny, likable guy who is terrible at first impression, because suddenly he and Brianna are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sub closet, and discussing the merit of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wondered just how she can resist this quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't refuse. You kidding me? You are kidding me. Oh my God. I feel the way that Abby Jimenez writes male characters, they are good guys. The ideal like knight and shiny armor, prince, like Prince Charming in the most like realistic real life situation kind of way. Like just what you it's like the bare minimum. So I think I'll probably be able to finish yours truly before I go to bed tonight. This, I just realized the title, Yours Truly, is probably how they sign off their letters. I just think that's where the title came from. Alexis. So I just got to chapter 41 of the book. There's like 48 chapters. I just wanted to do a quick check-in before I completely finish. I don't think I've done a check-in since I started this book. In terms of time, I now have 5.5 hours left on the clock, and it's 10 o'clock. When I finish this book, I'll be done because it's Sunday night. I'm still happy with this. Well, I should be reading some talking to you. I want to check in. And I've gone to that part of the book where I'm like, oh, miscommunication. So this book follows Brianna and Jacob. This book is so sweet. It's good as well. Like I'm enjoying it as well. But obviously, part of your word was just up there, 5-star. So anyway, so Brianna is Alexa's best friend. Alexis is the FMC from the first book. Anyway, they're both doctors, and Jacob is new to the hospital, and they had like a weird like first impression because Jacob suffers from like severe anxiety. I just love the way this book is written because you can tell author say that Bianca really was very aware of his anxiety, and she's quite caring in how she handles that entire situation. It was quite nice to see. So they kind of got from the wrong foot due to his anxiety and his awkwardness and things like that. They managed to resolve that, writing letters to each other. And Brianna's brother, I think you guys, I read the blurb before, so it's all in blurb. Brianna's brother, I think, is waiting for a kidney transplant, a kidney donor, and Jacob just tested without telling anyone to see if it was a matter, and it was a matter, and he's volunteered to give one of his kidneys to her brother. And now obviously she found out the reason why Jacob moved is his ex-girlfriend is now dating his younger brother, and now they're getting married, and his entire family are think, oh, Jacob is not dealing with this properly, so they're trying to be on Jacob's side, and just to have peace in the family and for everyone to support his brother and Amy, who is the ex-girlfriend. He lied that he had a girlfriend, and then obviously Bianca is not pretending to be his girlfriend. They are fake dating, that kind of thing. One thing about fake dating is the miscommunication side of it. So when they're dating each other, but now they are both they both have feelings for each other. That part of the fake dating always gets on my nerves, just puts me on edge. And now because of Jacob's anxiety as well, is actually the miscommunication is a lot higher. And because of Brianna's past, her ex-husband, because she's divorced, her ex-husband cheated on her, so she's got trauma from that relationship as well. So it just made the miscommunication and the weird thing between them even worse. And now I'm reading that part, it's put me on edge. That's why I don't like miscommunication in books. Miscommunication has dragged me for the past 10 chapters, and I'm just just open your mouth and say and because the book is from both their POV, so I know their feelings, really driving me mad. I don't like miscommunication in books. Oh, it's driving me mad. Oh my god. Please open your mouth and say what you're feeling. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm tired. Thank God. If I said something. Hi guys, I'm exhausted. Just finished Just Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I have 4 hours 41 minutes left on the clock. And it's 11:15 at night. I am going to be finishing the vlog here. I'm just going to round up to 20 hours. So 4 books in 20 hours is fine. I'm going to rate Yours Truly a 4.5 star. The reason why is not, to be fair, I'm going to rate it a 4 star because the miscommunication in this book drove me mad, and it started off so well. I just loved the chemistry between Jacob and Brianna. I really enjoyed that, but this book had quite a lot of tropes because they started off with as co-workers, and then it went into like a weird, I guess, rivals, mild rivals to lovers, and then there was fake dating, and then a massive miscommunication, and then second chance romance. Then it was just a lot going on. After the miscommunication dragged on for so long, they finally got together for maybe 1 chapter, and then there was a 3rd act breakup as well. I was like, oh my god, I can't deal with this anymore. I get it, I get why. To be fair, I don't really get it. Maybe I get a little bit why Brianna had issues, oh my god, she saw her ex-husband with friend, now they're married with a baby, and she just kind of went crazy. So I get that. The disclaimers in this book is that there's going to be an ex relationship baggage brought in, so I understand why that was in there. It was just not necessary. And I was just there was 48 chapters, and it got to chapter 46, and she was still she's like, no, I don't want to be with you. Chapter 47, oh my god, I don't want to be with you. Then chapter 48, and she just finally came around, and I was like, oh my god, I literally was really frustrated. So I struggled with it. The second half of this book, I really struggled because it has so much potential. So my favorite book in this series, it's Part of Your World #1, obviously #1, and then Just for the Summer, and then Yours Truly, which I'm really disappointed about because I really love Jacob, and I think I love all the male characters in the series. To be fair, I love the way Abby Jimenez wrote male characters. And I felt a little bit bad for Jacob the most, but I think because of his severe anxiety. So he had really bad anxiety, and there was a lot of miscommunication in this book. It made me anxious as well because I'm he struggles with overthinking things a lot. I was really kind of shocked because Brianna is very good at adjusted, like reading him and understanding what he wants and how to kind of mellow down his anxiety. So I was a bit like, if you know how to do that, why are you adding more to his anxiety and just not being honest with him? Because he's like an open book. He tells you every single thing. He doesn't lie to you. So why would you? So that miscommunication part was not needed. Yeah, so this is why it was a 4-star. But yeah, but still, like, it was a nice read. So as I said, I have to end the vlog here because it's really late now, and it's 4 books in 20 hours is still pretty great. I'm actually surprised I read this many books, because if you just be honest, I only read, like, I barely read anything yesterday because obviously I had a social community going the entire day. I think I read yesterday morning when I woke up, and then I read it even when I came back. The entire day I was busy. So yes, I basically like just had like Friday evening and all day today to read. So I'm really proud of myself for reading 4 books and like kicking off 4 books of my TBR. That was great. Did so well. We started off with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Ollie Jackson, and then we read Girl Bad Blood by Ollie Jackson. Then we read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. So if you guys have made it this far in this video, thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed reading with me, and if you have, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I would love to know if you've read any of this book that I read in this video. I would like to know your thoughts on them. If you agree with me, if you don't, just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.